The 12th annual Morey Boogie Bodyboarding Championships was held at the Banzai Pipeline in some of the best and biggest surf the contest has ever seen. 86 competitors representing 19 countries searching for a piece of the $20,000 in prize money. This is the only surfing contest to pit women against men.
I definitely prefer to be competing against women because I feel that there's such a difference in men and women physically, in sports particularly, that it's kind of unfair, but I just compete because I want to go out there and get Pipeline uncrowded.
Day 2 of the contest saw classic 8 to 10 foot glassy pipeline on the rise with light and variable winds. Defending champion Mike Stewart and former champ Mike Stewart were favorites going into the later rounds, with another local boy, Paul Tony Boy Tarpley of Wahiawa, standing out as the possible dark horse. Then came the ride of the century in the second round. Guilherme Tamega of Brazil took off on this second reef monster.
I came from the second reef, and when I saw the waves coming to the inside reef, and I tried to put in a bear, and the waves barely totally, you know, I disappeared. It was unbelievable.
The result, a perfect 20, the first ever in the history of the contest.
I think that's probably the first standing ovation I've ever seen at a bodyboard contest. I mean, I've seen down, I couldn't help but jump up, you know? It's like when you see a killer dunk when you're watching basketball, you're just like, oh! And that, I couldn't, I mean, I saw the wave and I already knew what was gonna happen. I seen it, you know, how the white water came out before he did the spit and everything, and I just knew. Because there's like a lapse in between the spit and when he came out. And I'm like, there's no way, he's gotta make that. It's impossible. I mean, I know he's gonna make it, and it came out after, and it was amazing to see that wave on the sandbar as big as it was, you know? And then for him to come out that much later than the spit itself was just amazing. And I mean, what else can you do? He might be a competitor and everything, but he's a friend, and I mean, I was overwhelmed. I was like, yeah, I kept standing, I kept clapping, I'm like, yeah. You know, like I said, that had to be one of the best waves I've ever seen in my life.
It was that kind of a day at Pipeline. Surf increased to 10 to 15 feet, producing some incredible rides. Local pro Kainoa McGee even made like Superman on this closeout.
I took off. I thought it was going to be a good wave. I didn't think it was going to close out. I got to the bottom and I set my edge down the line and looked and I said, it's going to close out. You know, what else is there to do? I had to do something that was out of the norm instead of just pulling in, or like everybody else was just bailing out. I'm gonna get pounded if I'm gonna get pounded anyway, no matter if I keep my hands on the board, because there's no way I'm gonna hold on to my board in a 10-foot pipe, especially being in the zone. I just said, you know, I gotta do something, so I just let go.
Still, the man of the hour was Tamega, and he took that momentum into the final. Stewart and Stewart failed to advance, but McGee did. But the Brazilian would not be denied.
I tried about 4 years, you know. This is my fourth final in this contest, and the first time I got fourth, and the second time I got third, and then second, and this year I got first.
I was pretty disappointed, not just for the fact that I lost, but toward the end there in the final I ran out of gas, and that's not normal for me. Shouldn't have happened, but it did. I definitely have to take steps to, you know, work toward that not ever happening again. Hats off to Guilherme.
No one will ever forget the conditions these bodyboarders paddle out to, nor will people forget Tamega's perfect 20. It was another incredible day at the Banzai Pipeline.